know. Haven't made the title of the thumbnail yet, so probably like a drive-in chat. I am on my way to the retreat. It's my first ever retreat to host. I've been to retreats before, just a couple, and I thought, oh, let me do a retreat, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But thank God for the committee that I have. We've got Alyssa, the diamond painting accountant, Katie, Diamonds and Washi, and Carra, the principal painter. So some great folks. We all came together and made it happen. So yeah, it is Wednesday for me / Thursday for you if you're watching this the day that it comes out. If all goes well, it'll all work out. I brought my computer, so hopefully I can upload this and the Wi-Fi is okay when we get there. So we'll see. But it's Wednesday. It's 7:42 in the morning. I've been on the road for almost an hour. I wanted to kind of wake up a little bit. I, of course, got my Starbucks, and I did get a breakfast sandwich. My stomach's kind of so I had like a few bites, and I'm like, my stomach's not really loving that. I don't know if it's because I'm nervous or it's just early. It's really early. I mean, it's early for me. I've been sleeping in lately. But how are you guys? How's everybody doing? I was gonna try to do this whip and chat yesterday, but just trying to get everything ready to leave, I just didn't make it happen. I thought, well, maybe I could do it in the car, because my drive's 2.5 hours. I've got an hour and 35 minutes left. So yeah, but yeah, let me know how you are down below. Hope you're doing okay. Yes, good, bad, whatever it may be, let me know. Let me know what you worked on during this time, what painting you're working on. I always like to know what you guys are working on. But yeah, this is just a time for us to catch up. They're normally not like this. I normally am diamond painting, so if you're new and you just kind of stumbled upon this, I'm normally diamond painting once a week while we chat and we catch up. These normally go for an hour. We just started, so we'll see how long we go. I did want to wait until I was on the road, like out of the city, because going through downtown Dallas is kind of crazy. Didn't have a whole lot of traffic, which is good, but now I'm like kind of out in the outskirts, and it's just like I've got 105 miles on this same road, so I've got some time to just sit back and hang out with you guys. All right, so yes, a lot has happened the last week. So like right now I'm going to the retreat. It doesn't start until Thursday, so it doesn't start officially until tomorrow at 4 is when everybody can check in. There'll be 30 of us. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We've been planning this since February of last year. Oh my gosh, I just saw my first Buc-ee's sign. It said, in my Buc-ee's era, 39 miles. That is so funny. I didn't realize there was a Buc-ee's over here. Where we're actually hosting the retreat at the venue is on the same road as a Buc-ee's. It's about a mile away from it, and we're going to be taking a road trip. So yeah, that's going to be fun. But yeah, the retreat goes from Thursday through Sunday. So my dad is actually flying in this morning from Amarillo into Dallas to watch the kids and the doggos, because my husband's in China. He's been gone about a week, and he's got like another week or so to go. So yeah, so he's not home, and so I got, Grandpa squared away. Hopefully we talked and gave him all the instructions on dog stuff and kid stuff, and y'all can probably see all the stuff behind me. I just realized there's a bunch of boxes. I had to lay my back seat down, and it's pretty full. I'm loaded up because with 30 of us, we're doing swag bags for everybody, and those are like little goodie bags with and we've got a ton of great gifts and sponsors, donations from some wonderful people in the community. So we'll definitely be shouting those folks out. We have been in our Facebook group that we had for the retreat, but like after the retreat, maybe you'll probably see some videos maybe from some of us, what was in the bags and what was donated. So yeah, everybody was really, really nice. And then of course we're having a pass the stash table. It's like a freebie table if there's things you just want to get rid of. So I brought some paintings that I just don't think I'm ever going to get to. We're also going to have a de-stash table. I didn't bring anything to de-stash. I didn't really want to have to mess with it. But yeah, I've got a crock pot back there, because the place we're going to is they have a kitchen, but they don't provide any food. It's just basically like, it's a huge crafting space, and then there's rooms. Most of the rooms are upstairs, kind of off, almost like above it, and then there's some rooms downstairs, and there's a kitchen, like a little living room. That's it. So you have to provide all your own food for everybody. breakfast the last morning. So we got crock pots and yeah, I just got goodies back there. I don't know if you can see much. Oh, yeah, you can see a few things. Some of my donations or my past the stash. Okay, so that's retreat stuff. Y'all been hearing a lot about it. So let's talk about this last week. Last time we talked was last Wednesday. And so on Wednesday morning, oh, that's right, because we talked, I had already had that appointment. I had blood work done for my PEZ. We joke about it. If you're new, I been really struggling with fatigue and mainly fatigue. So I went to my primary care doctor and she recommended hormone therapy. It's where they put these testosterone pellets in your butt, not really your butt, in your hip. But it's funnier to say butt to me. So, and she showed me what they look like, and they look like little Pez, you know, those little Pez candies. So I just started saying it, and it kind of stuck, I guess. But, yeah, so it had been 5 weeks, and I had that done because they wanted to see if they were working. And I wasn't feeling any different. So I was like, this will be interesting to see what the blood work says. So, yeah, they poked me in my arm. I think I showed y'all that last week. I hate giving blood, so that was like not traumatic, but not fun. So I did that, and then I had a hair appointment. I think after that, yeah, got my grays covered up for the retreat and kind of see. So I know y'all, I got a hat on. I love hats. So yeah, I did that, and then did the whip and chat with y'all. So Thursday, I got a message from the portal from my doctor saying there was a message from her and that the results were in. And during the appointment, I had told her that, you know, she's like, are you feeling any different? Do you think they're working? I'm like, I'm not feeling any different. And we were kind of just talking about my mood and, you know, overall how I'd been feeling. And I had told her about, you know, how I'd gotten off all my meds for depression, anxiety, ADHD, sleeping, all those things. If y'all been with me, you know, got off of that stuff it's been a couple months since I've been fully off of it. And I was on it for years. And, you know, so I've been very open and honest with her as far as like, you know, if it's not physical, maybe it's something with my mental health. Maybe it's more of a depression thing that's kind of causing me to be lethargic and not have a whole lot of energy and have fatigue. So, she basically said in the message to me, the blood results came back and your levels are very high. So there's nothing wrong. You don't need a boost, because I guess they can give you a little boost if you still need something else. And she said, you don't need a boost. She said, I really think you need to go talk to your psychiatrist and look into, you know, your depression and seeing if that's something that, you know, I think we need to work on that first, before, you know, because I don't see anything else wrong. And I'm like, it's kind of hard to read that. But again, going into this, I said, you know, I'm going to get off the meds. I'm going to kind of start there, see how I feel. I wasn't feeling great. So I was like, okay, let's go through all the things of, you know, getting all the blood work done, seeing if maybe it's my thyroid. And, you know, y'all, it still could be something else physically. You know, it could be. There's different doctors out there. There's different specialists. I'm not giving up. But I did say that, you know, if the doctor couldn't really find anything physically that could be the problem, that I would go back on some of my medication. So that day I did schedule an appointment with my psychiatrist, and I saw him yesterday. Well, I was planning on seeing him, but we had to do a televisit because of these really bad storms that we've had lately, and I'll talk about that in a second. So talked to him yesterday, and it was the earliest I could get in. And he was looking at the medication I was on, and he was really understanding. I said, yeah, I know I haven't, you know, since I know I stopped seeing you, I felt really bad. I was like, is he gonna be mad at me? And of course he wasn't mad at me. I said, I know it's been about 6 months. I said, you know, I actually got a full-time job since I saw you last. I did that for 4.5 months, and I just couldn't come and see you every month. It was just too much on my plate. So I just thought, oh, I can just get off this stuff and see how I feel. He goes, you know what? I actually have another patient that did the same thing. And that's okay, you know, just to see how you are without it. And then, you know, he goes, but it sounds like your body, your brain needs the serotonin, you know, it's lacking to make you feel better. So he goes, let me look at what you were taking before. He goes, so I can put you back on this, this, and this, right? He was naming all the stuff I was already on, and I was like, I've been on for so long. I was like, you know what? Like, is there anything else we could try? Because I wasn't feeling like fantastic on that stuff either. So, you know, what are you looking at? Or what are you thinking about? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm not the doctor. Is there something you'd recommend? And he was like, yeah, he goes, there's something that you haven't tried yet, not with me at least. He goes, it's Cymbalta. And I think we'll call that in. He goes, we'll start you off on like a 20 milligram for like a couple of weeks. And if you don't have any side effects and you're all good with that, then we can bump you up to 40. And then I'll see you in a month and you can let me know how you feel. And I was like, okay. So that's our plan. He only gave me one. I was like, okay, I don't want to be on a bunch of medication. Like before I was on like 7 different things. So I was like, we're not going to do all that again. So I appreciate that he just kind of was going to do one. So y'all let me know in the comments if you've ever used or if you had any experience or know anyone with Cymbalta. I've seen the commercials, I think, on TV. So I'm familiar with it from that aspect, but that's it. So he called it in yesterday to the pharmacy and they said it was ready. And I was like, I don't know if it's a great idea to be starting a brand new medication the day that I'm leaving to go out of town for 5 days for a retreat that I need to be, because there could be side effects, because he did say like nausea, diarrhea, and all these things. I'm like, I think I'm gonna. So when I get back, I'll get it filled and I'll start taking it. That's if insurance and all that stuff. I don't even know how much it's gonna be, so we'll see. But at least I took that next step to, try to, so we'll see. So I'll keep y'all posted like I always do. Thank you for always, supporting me in this journey of, just trying to be happier is all it generally boils down to, I just want to be happier. So, okay, so let's talk about weather. It has been crazy. So y'all know I'm in Texas, and I thank y'all. A lot of y'all have checked in on me on different occasions because we've had some storms. One thing happened end of last week. So where the retreat is located is 2.5 hours from me, right? And there were some bad storms in that vicinity, in that area. We'll come to find out, a tornado actually hit down in the city where the venue's at, where we're having the retreat last week. And I thought, Nikes, what are we gonna do? All we knew is that, so Alyssa had sent the committee, we have a group text, she sent us a message that night. It was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. She's like, hey, here's what happened. No one freak out. Everybody, well, let's all, there's nothing we can do right now. Let's just, hope everything's okay and pray everything's good. But, yeah, so I got online and I was like doing a ton of research on, the tornado that had touched down in the city, and I'd seen all these videos of people that had taken, videos of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, but we didn't know, and so Alyssa contacted the venue, and of course it's like, is everything okay? You guys good? But that night we didn't have any word. The next day, I'm doing a ton of research, trying to figure out, but again, there's no like Google Earth you can look at, like, that's like, not that we figured out, that was like, real time, so you don't really know what's going on. So I looked up Buc-ee's, because the Buc-ee's is like 1 mile from where the venue is, and the Buc-ee's was okay, and it was actually like a shelter during the storm, but they had all these crazy videos, and I thought, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna have to move to like a hotel? So thank God that afternoon, the next day, Alyssa emailed us. She got back she heard back, and they said everything's fine. And then I said, okay, what about the restaurants that we are ordering food from? Jason's Deli and, places like that. Because the news reports I saw and the videos I saw, there were some restaurants that were damaged and it took a hit. So, but she said everything seems fine. So y'all, oof. So that was one bullet that we dodged. And then, there's been several storms. So, and then, let's see, what night was it? Not yesterday. Was it yesterday? Oh my gosh, it was yesterday morning. Yes, yesterday morning. So it was what? Was it Tuesday? Yeah. No. Yeah, Tuesday morning, y'all. I forget what day it is. Yeah, Tuesday. Sorry, that cop is behind me now. So I'm like, not behind me, but he's like, I can see him 2 cars back, and he's like in the lane to the right. So I'm like watching him, and I'm watching my speed. It's a 75 and I'm going 68. But so is everybody else. So I think we're all like paranoid. So I'm going to let him pass me. But he's like a state trooper. So I'm just driving super chill, and I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, he's probably like, why are y'all going so slow? But yeah, he's gonna be passing me in a second. So Tuesday morning, about 5:45 in the morning, Nalu's best friend had spent the night. I think hubby's in China. And so he, okay, the cop just passed me. State trooper, you go, you go, you go. We're just gonna stay right behind you. No rush. Yeah, I'm supposed to meet Alyssa at 9:30, and my ETA is 9:18, so I think I'm good. So it was like 5 in the morning, and I start to hear, the rain didn't wake me up, it was the hail. The little tap, 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 tap on the window. All the little, like the hail bits. The hail was all like tapping on the glass, and I was like, so I woke up and I'm like, oh no. And I start to hear the wind and the rain and the hail, and then the sirens went off for you to take shelter. And so right as I was getting up, Lou and her best friend come into the bedroom, and they're like, Mom, I'm like, I don't even know, go get in the closet. We have a closet under the stairs that we go to, and it's mainly kept for like, dog food and like extra waters and drinks and stuff, but we always try to keep a space in there for us to fit. And so Lou's like, what about the dogs? I'm like, get the dogs, y'all go ahead, get in there, let me go get your brothers. So they all like shuffle in there, and I run upstairs, and the first room that I go to at the top of the stairs is Nate's, my 17-year-old's. And I knock, which I don't know why I knocked. I mean, he's probably sleeping, right? That's a habit. So I knocked him. So I opened the door, and his bed is empty. I was like, what is happening? He was home when I went to bed, and he's always home normally, and I'm like, what is going on? So I'm freaking out. I look, I don't see him anywhere. I'm like looking all of his room, and I'm like, okay. And the sirens are going off, so I run into Ryan's room, my 19-year-old, right next door, and I'm like, he's like, I hear the sirens, I'm coming. I'm like, do you know where Nate is? I'm like, I can't find him, he's not in his room. I thought, is he in here? He's like, no. He's like, didn't he go to a friend's house? And I said, he did earlier today, but he's been home tonight. I said, he's like, well, call him. I'm like, well, okay, well, let's get in the closet. So I was like, oh God, I was freaking out. So we all get in the closet. It's Lou and her friend, the 3 dogs, and Ryan and I. And we're all on our phones, and so I'm looking up Nate's location. I did find my iPhone. So I find him, and he's driving, and he's like a couple miles away. I'm like, what is happening? And my first thought was, did he sneak out? Was he out all night? Like, what is happening here? But that's not like Nate. So I was like, and he's never done that before. And I was like, oh, he's so busted. I'm like, what is he doing? So I call him, and he answers, and he's like, oh, I went to the gym. And he does go to the gym. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm coming home. I'm like, pull over. Do you hear the sound? He's like, I hear him. I'm like, pull over, get out. He goes, no, I'm going to try to make it home. I'm really, really close. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay. So I hung up with him, right? Because I didn't want to like be distracting him from driving in this possible tornado. So, in these high winds and rain. So I'm tracking his phone, and we're all huddled in the closet. And finally, I see him pulled over. And so he calls me, and he's like, Mom, I pulled over. I'm at Walmart. And at the gas pumps at Walmart, he's under the awnings, right, where the gas pumps are. And so, and there's like, he said there's a ton of cars. Everybody was like all packed in there, just taking shelter. I said, yeah, wait it out. So we waited it out, and the siren stopped, and he sat there for another like 20 minutes. And then he called and said he was on his way home. And so when he got close to the house, he's like, unlock the door. I'm going to be drenched. I'm going to get so wet, because it was still really raining hard. So I opened the door. I was already standing there, like tracking him. And so I unlocked the door, and I opened the door for him, and he runs in, and he's soaking wet. I was like, how'd you get so wet? He's like, well, I was in the gym. I was working out. And then I started to hear the rain, and then the power went out, because our power went out too. And then it came back on. I was like, oh, I better leave. Something's coming. Because when he left, there was no signs of rain. He didn't get any alerts. He didn't check the weather either. But I didn't even know we were getting a storm. They come and go all the time. So he said that when he went to open up the door at the gym, it was already like pouring, and it just, from the run from the gym to his truck, he got like just soaked. And then, of course, running into the house. But poor guy, he won't forget that, will he? But there's nothing like, sirens going off and a major storm and hail and wind and your kid's not home. I was like, oh my God. So we've been talking, and he goes, were you nervous? I'm like, yeah, I hugged him that night. I was like, oh my God. I was so nervous, you guys. And he asked me the next day, he goes, yeah, I asked Ryan if you were really nervous when y'all were in the closet. I'm like, what did he say? He's like, yeah, you were freaking out. I'm like, yeah, I was worried about you. Oh my gosh, y'all. So the storms. And then we thought, okay. And then that was just yesterday morning. So I was like, thank God. Today we're 73 degrees. So it's not even that hot yet. It's only 8. But we are going to get some rain on and off during the retreat. But, we're going to be indoors crafting and dime painting. So, other than taking a little road trip to Buc-ee's, I do worry about the folks that are, traveling, obviously, to get to us. But right now we're okay. So I appreciate that. But if I was gonna leave yesterday and be leaving early like I did this morning to get to the retreat, it would have been awful because the weather was so bad. And then in our backyard, I went and checked out the damage. So we all went back to sleep. Woke back up around 10:30, 11, and I looked in the backyard, and of course there's leaves and trash and branches and all kinds of stuff in the backyard. And in the pool, the pool's really, really high. The water level's super high, and it's a bunch of stuff in the pool. And then our umbrella, which we had just bought a new umbrella this season, was on the ground. It wasn't broken, so that was good. But it's a big heavy base, a solid concrete base. So it knocked that over. And we've got 2 trees in the backyard that are leaning really bad. So I talked to my husband last night, told him everything that happened, because the time difference, I had to wait. He didn't even know that we'd had a bad storm. And I told him about Nate, and he was like, oh my gosh. But I was telling him about the trees, and he's like, yeah, go ahead and email the guys that do our landscaping, the mower grass, and they can stake the trees and pull them back up. So I emailed them last night. But I mean, it could have been so much worse, But yesterday I took Lou and her friend out to get some lunch, and we were driving. There was tons of trees that were cracked in half, and lots of stop signs, and a lot of road signs, street signs that were all bent over, big metal signs. It was crazy, y'all. Crazy. So I don't know what's going on with Mother Nature and why she's so pissed off right now, but it's are we good? I'd rather have the heat than all this storm business. Because normally, I thought by now, I mean, we're at the tail end of it, but I thought it should already be over, storm season. It's almost June. Normally it's a spring thing, but it's been really bad this year. Yeah. So, candy heaven. Buc-ee's, 13 miles. Yeah. So, what else is going on? This probably won't be a full hour. I'm like, oh, it's been 23 minutes. And of course, I'm not dime painting, and I don't have my notes. I'm just driving. Trying not to be too distracted. But what else? I'm trying to think what else has happened, you guys. Again, it's hard not having I don't have my notes with me. I've been watching some weird stuff lately. Again, don't judge. I like to watch documentaries, which I've told y'all that before. And so I've been watching, I watched one documentary, and it gave some other suggestions of the other ones. Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee's wife, the whole Playboy model. I didn't realize she was a Playboy. I didn't know a lot about her. So I thought it was pretty interesting. Her sons, they're now older and grown, were on there too. But it was interesting. The whole sex tape and all that with her and Tommy Lee and their tumultuous relationship. That's a tough word. But yeah, it was just, so I watched that. I watched Pamela Anderson. Kind of what she's been up to. She's doing the whole no makeup thing. So I watched that. I'm still watching that Robert Durst, The Jinx. Actually, I think I watched the last one last night or yesterday. Yeah, it kind of wrapped it up. So that's over. That was an interesting HBO series. Again, that was a documentary about him. I've also been watching another show. It's kind of cheesy, but I keep watching it. It's called Loot, Loot, and it's got she's from Saturday Night Live. Maya, is that her name? Oh my gosh, I forgot her name. But she's really good. She was on Saturday Night Live for a long time with Kristen Wiig, and is it Maya Rudolph? I could be making that up, y'all, but I think that's her name. But it's a IKEA. It's like 30-minute show, and so I'll pop those on and watch a couple of them. So I watched that, and I watched a movie. So bad, I can't even believe I watched it. Like, why am I watching this? And it's not the kind of movie I would have normally watched. So I don't know what streaming platform I was on, but it was one of the new releases, and it had Anne Hathaway. And I was like, okay, kind of like a cheesy rom-com kind of thing, which I normally don't do, you know, romantic comedies, and that's not my thing, because it's like, things are so not like that. And why do I want to watch like, oh, you know, like, oh, I love you, and you know, all the things, and rainbows and butterflies. So I think it's called The Idea of You, and basically, I won't give it away, but it says this in the description. Anne Hathaway is like a 40-year-old woman, and she ends up hooking up with a 20-something-year-old rock star, like pop star. I'm like, why am I watching this? I watched that, and that was pretty bad. I was so bad. I'm like, but I watched the whole thing. I was like, I've been very lonely, by the way, since my husband's been gone. School's out. I'm not working. You know, my husband's gone. I've been a little lonely, and there's been like a lot of TV watching because I have like nothing else to do. Lou is either at a friend's house spending the night, or, which is like every night, or a friend is over spending the night at our house, and she's got a friend over. So she's like doing her own thing, and the boys are doing their own thing. Ryan's working, and Nate's doing his thing, and yeah, so I'm like watching TV. There's not a lot going on. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've watched. I've watched some random stuff. Yeah, I'm just always looking for something to watch. I'm sure there's more, because I've just been like chilling, y'all. I have been chilling. Oh, I know what I was going to tell y'all. Sunday. Last Sunday I couldn't go live because friends of ours that we go to Disney with during spring break, their daughter just graduated high school, and they were having the graduation party at their house on Sunday at 3, so that's why I didn't go live. It was really fun. Just Nate and I went. Lou wasn't feeling good. She's had a cold. It's getting better now, but she's had a cold ever since like first day of summer. She got a cold, so she's had it for like a week now, and but so she didn't go. Plus she was tired from like sleepovers. That girl's always going, always. And then Ryan had to work, and then hubby was out of town, China, so it was just Nate and I. And Nate's really close to their son, who we vacation with. So went over there and hung out for a couple hours. It was really fun. We had a good time. Got back, and Lou was hungry, so she kept calling me, Mom, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? So we stopped and got McDonald's on the way home and brought it to her. But I'm trying to think what else I did. It's just been mainly, you know, getting ready for the retreat. You know, getting the welcome packet ready with all the agenda and roommate lists, and you know, sponsors and swag bag goodies, and just all the different things, and you know, laundry and packing and grocery shopping for, you know, the things that everyone's going to need while I'm gone. Yesterday I went to the bank, got some cash from my dad for food, so I left that on the counter for him, and he's going to be Ubering from the airport. He gets in like around noon today. So, and Lou's actually at her best friend's house spending the night, so she's not even home. So my dad will get there, and I told him to bring something to do. I'm like, they're pretty self-sufficient. You just got to feed them every once in a while, but they're pretty good, so you don't have to do a whole lot. But yeah, they're gonna have a good time. He's gonna Uber, so he won't have a car. But I said, you know, both the boys have their cars, and of course, you know, I said he can drive Nate's truck, and I put gas in Nate's truck yesterday for him. They blocked in because of the storm. They were both in the driveway, and they were blocking my car in the garage. So I just drove their cars. I can't drive Ryan's. His is a stick. I have no idea how to drive that. So yeah. So just kind of ran around. Went to Target last night or yesterday, and just got some snacks and some last minute things that I wanted to bring with me. But yeah, it's just been, you know. Oh, I know I was going to say, okay, because I don't have notes. I just keep thinking about random things. So I apologize for kind of skipping around. Here's another Bucky sign. Jerky? Boy dinner. Oh God. Jerky? ? Boy dinner? Bucky's. Their signs are hilarious. What's this say? Oh, here we go. Here's the next one right after it. Beaver nuggets? ? Girl dinner? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. These signs are hilarious. Buc-ee's is known for their signs on the side of the road. They're all black. They just say like one-liners normally in yellow, and they have little Buc-ee's, you know, the little beaver symbol. And they must pay for a ton of advertising because they have so many signs on the road, and they all say something really funny. It keeps you busy when you're driving. They're always fun to look at. So, the job situation. That's what I was going to update you guys on. I have not heard back. Nothing. Crickets. Nothing. I emailed the recruiter. Let me see. How long has it been now? I had my last interview last Monday. It's been a week and a half. So I emailed the recruiter last Thursday, after it's been like 4 days right after the interview, and I emailed her, and it was a quick little email just saying, you know, it was nice to meet. I was just following up on the marketing specialist position, and I said it was nice to meet the marketing, the hiring team. Let me know if you have any other questions. And I haven't heard back. But everyone keeps telling me no news is good news. And I'm just like, maybe I didn't get it. And maybe they're never going to tell me. I mean, that could happen. It's pretty shitty, but it could happen, right? People just like hire someone else and don't ever follow up with the people they interviewed, the other people. I mean, everyone's like, no, they wouldn't do that. They've got to have like a blanket, you know, you didn't get the job email, they can just forward it to you real quick. And I was like, maybe. But my husband's like, no news is good news. This stuff takes time. But I pretty much have given up. Not given up, but I pretty much have kind of come to the conclusion that I didn't get it. Because I think if they wanted me, they would have already offered it to me. Because wouldn't they be worried you were going to take another job, or they were going to lose you, or so, I don't know. So, yeah, they left me hanging. I thought for sure I was going to know something by the time I left for the retreat, but here I am. I mean, I could find out today. I don't know. I check my email all the time. Every time I check my email, I have like bated breath, like, you know, I'm like waiting, like, am I going to get the no email or the yes email? The no email or the yes email? I don't know, y'all. So that's been disappointing that it's been taking this long, because it really does mess with you a little bit, you know. There is Buc-ee's. Oh yes, y'all have seen it before. And if you haven't, well, actually I've done plenty of videos on my channel. Buc-ee's. I've done some shopping with Shay's. I've done a couple. I think I've done 2. This is the Hillsboro one. Hillsboro. How much longer do we have? 1 hour and 2 minutes. Okay. There's some dark clouds coming, y'all. I'm a little worried. Yeah, there's some gray clouds. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's getting pretty dark. There's the Buc-ee's. That one doesn't look very big. You know what? I think that one's newish. They all seem to be newish. Okay. I think that's it. That's all I can remember. It's hard without having notes. I could have jotted down some notes and at least glanced at them, but it's just been busy. Y'all, it's been crazy, so as you can imagine. But it's finally here. I got really emotional when I did for my Patreons, I vlog most every day, like do a little like 10-minute vlog for them, and I put it all together and, you know, put it out at the end of the week. And I was talking to them yesterday, kind of just updating them on what I was doing and showing them pictures of, you know, videos of, you know, my car being packed and all the things. And towards the end of the video, I was like, I got emotional because I was like, wait, you get so caught up in like the planning of this, you kind of lose sight, or you forget a little bit from time to time, and I guess I'd forgotten about it, that I'm going to get to see people. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I don't want to cry when I'm driving. I am going to get to see people in real life that I have been friends with for over 3 years. I can't believe it. It doesn't even seem like, you know, yeah, it doesn't even seem real. It still doesn't. My mind just doesn't want to like compute that. It's like, this is so weird. And I don't want to get too anxious and nervous, you know, about it all, and meeting people, and are they gonna like me in real life, you know? So, but yes, I get to hug some necks, kiss some cheeks. I'm so excited, you guys. And then, like, there's 30 of us, right? And like, I'll be talking to like Alyssa about something. She'll mention someone's name, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot they're coming too. It's like just so, it's like mind blowing that, oh, it's getting really dark. It's mind blowing that I'm going to get to meet people that I've been talking to online for over 3 years. I get to actually meet them in person. It's super cool. Super cool. It's like the best part I mean, that's why I wanted to do this to begin with. But you know, after a year of planning, you just kind of you lose sight of that a little bit. You kind of forget that was the reason. So yeah. Oh my God, here's another Bucky sign. There's a new one for another one that's 63 miles. Oh, that's the one we're off to see the beaver. These signs, you guys, and I've already passed a few others that I haven't even told you about. There was the one I passed that said, "We understood the assignment." What does that mean? Some of them I don't understand. Some of them have like, beginning to look a lot like Buc-ee's. All these signs are everywhere. They must spend, like I said, so much money. And I've probably seen like 30 signs. Because we just passed the Buc-ee's, but now they're giving me ones for the next one. Here's another one. They're everywhere. Again, it gives you something to look at and read while you're driving. Okay, this will be the last one, and then I'll let y'all go. See if it's a good one. Here it comes. Oh, there's two. Of course, there's two back to back. I wonder how much these signs cost. Okay, this one says, hold on, can't see that well. Top 2 reasons to stop. Number 1 and number 2. Oh my gosh, so good. That was a good one. Did y'all like? I like that one. The top 2 reasons to stop. Number 1 and number 2. All right, okay, there's one more. Bet your nuggets were open. Oh my gosh, 62 miles before the next Buc-ee's, and that is where I'll be stopping. The retreat center's right there, next, down the street from it, and I'm gonna get to see so many of these signs. I can't wait to see more. But okay, hope this was okay for you guys. I know I was just gonna skip a whipping chat altogether, but I was like, I don't want to. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to say hi. There will be, which by the time you see this, it probably would have already happened. There's probably going to be a pop-up live today or tonight at the retreat center that we'll do before everybody comes in. That's the plan. So was it good? Hopefully it happened, because by the time you see this, it's been the next day. So yes, I'm super excited, you guys. I'm nervous at the same time. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I just need to remember that. It's going to be a lot of work too. And I'm probably a lot of laughing, a lot of shenanigans probably are going to ensue. I'm probably not going to get a lot of sleep. I'm probably going to be very, very exhausted by the time it's over, but it's all going to be worth it. So, all right. I love you guys so much. And again, let me know how you are in the comments. Let me know what you're up to, how you are. And let's see. I'm going to ask for an emoji, okay? I like that now. It's kind of fun. It's a fun thing to do. Because we've been talking about Buc-ee's, and those are the beaver nuggets, and that's a beaver. Oh, we got another one. It's giving potty time. I see some of these I don't understand. It's giving potty time. Oh my God. Beaver fit check. All these signs. I can't with these signs. Oh my gosh. I wonder if someone's ever done like a video, like a compilation of like, is that the right word? Of like all the different Buc-ee signs. It would be really funny to see them all and just like look at them real fast. I'm sure someone's done it. That would be hilarious. What was I saying? Oh, emoji. Is there a beaver? I think there's a beaver emoji. Leave me a beaver. Give me a little beaver, y'all. No. All right. Y'all take care. And I love you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Okay. Bye, guys. Hello. We're back in the craft room. I'm back. It is a week later since we talked last. You saw the first clip. That originally, as you could tell, was going to be the whip and chat for last week, but I didn't have a chance to put it up. So I just thought I would combine both. We'll do like a pre-retreat whip and chat and like a post-retreat whip and chat. It is Wednesday, June 5th at 2:14 p.m. for me. And like I said in the first part, it's Thursday for you guys if you're watching this the day that it comes out. Oh my gosh, where do we begin? So hello. First off, I already said hello at the beginning, but this is a week ago, so it's a week later. So how is everybody? Hope you guys are still doing well. Yeah, let me know how you are down below in the comments. I've missed you guys dearly. I've missed 2 live streams the past 2 Sundays, and I've just missed catching up with you guys. So please let me know how you are. My voice is still a little just from, I don't know, probably the talking, the laughing, lack of sleep. I've been home since Sunday afternoon. But you guys, I'm having a hard time, like kind of getting back to normal, if there's ever such a thing, right? So yeah, we'll go, I think I only have about 20 minutes, which I may go a little over the hour mark because I just want to make sure I try to catch you guys up on everything that's happened this last week. But yeah, grab something to drink. I've got some Costco Italian sparkling water. Yes, I do. I did not take notes. I just wanted to hop on here and hang out with you guys for a little bit. Just kind of cover like what happened at the retreat. So if you don't want to hear about the retreat, I'm sorry. I don't want to like, I don't want to, it was a big part of what I was doing this past year, a little over a year planning it. Some people do want to hear about it. I know some folks don't. So this will be probably it, and we'll just kind of cover and wrap it up. It deserves it. So I just wanted to catch you guys up on where I've been and kind of how it went. And then I'll probably do a separate video dedicated to, I was going to try to do it here, but there's not time. I'll do a dedicated video on our swag bags. The swag bags are a little goodie bag that everyone received at the retreat, and it was chock full, all the way to the top, full of donations from sponsors. So I definitely want to give that a dedicated video. You may have already seen it from some other folks. So yes, I just want to make sure that those small shops and all those companies that donated get a spotlight, because they were just so generous. And we couldn't have done the retreat without them. We wouldn't have had any door prizes or an amazing swag bag. So yes. All right, let me grab a color. So I'm going to be diamond painting today. It's the same diamond painting that I've been working on. If you've been with me for a while, it's Beachcomber's Bounty. I actually have it upside down. I have flipped it because, you guys, I'm over halfway finished. And she's a big one. So I didn't get a whole lot of diamond painting done at the retreat, as you can imagine. Yeah, did not get a whole, I did a little bit. Okay, I will, speaking of diamond painting and what I got done, I'm going to show you a diamond painting that was given to everybody at the retreat in their swag bags. And the artist was actually in attendance, and that is Jade from Jaded Gem Shop. I did complete, I completed about half of this at the retreat. Everybody was like trying to work on it. She's adorable. She is, it was custom just for us. It was a 15 by 17.5 centimeters. But yes, look at this beautiful mermaid that Jay drew and had made into a diamond painting for all of us. I want to see more of this size because it was so fun to work on. So I did half of it, and then I came home and finished up, I think yesterday. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. And a lot of folks at the retreat enhanced her with like different colored highlights in her hair, different colors in her tail, bathing suit. Someone had like a little belly button ring. They did different eyes. It was just really, really fun. So you might see this floating around. So yeah, I did complete this. So that was fun to work on. I did sit across from Lexi Sparkle Craft, and we were kind of doing a competition, and she totally beat me. So Lexi, you did good. You did good, girl. All right, you guys, where do we begin? Oh my gosh. So you saw in the first clip, yeah, I was driving there, right? We did not allow, we wanted it to be a safe space, if you will, a kind of a no filming zone in the craft room space itself. So, sorry, you guys, I'm looking for the dash. Here it is. Okay. Let me grab my color. Yeah, so we did not allow filming in the craft room. Okay. We just wanted that to be, because some folks don't want to be on film. Some folks don't want to be on camera. I get it. So we kind of let that be so I don't have any video of, the retreat actually itself with like participants and all that good stuff. Right. I did do a little, about 20 minutes before folks were going to start coming in. I did do a quick little tour of the place for my Patreons. So if you want to go check it out. Join my Patreon. I'm not just saying that to get y'all to join it to see the behind the scenes, but that is a special place where I do put behind the scenes content only for those folks. So we have our own little small group over there. A lot of those folks were at the retreat. So, sometimes there's perks to, being a Patreon. You never know. So you find out about things maybe before everyone else. So yes. All right. So let's start with how it went after I saw you guys. So I got to the retreat. Again, I was there the day before, right? Because we were all going to set up the committee, which is Carra, Katie, and Alyssa and I. And I got there about 10 minutes after Alyssa, and she'd gotten the house keys from the lockbox and got everything going. And so we walked around and just kind of decided, like, where things were going to go and how we were going to set up tables. And then Carra got there. Carra got there about an hour after we did. And so we just started, starting to set stuff up. We set out swag bags. It was so fun, you guys. We had like an assembly line all the way down, 30 piles of like I don't know how many different things are in the bag. I know the value is, I think, at about $400. So it was a lot of stuff. So many generous donations. It's just amazing. So yeah, it was fun kind of laying all that out and going like down, making all the bags for everybody. And the bags themselves are super cute. Yes, I love the bags, and everybody seemed to really like them. And of course, everything was mermaid themed. I don't know if y'all knew that, but it's Crafter's Paradise, and so everything was mermaid themed, and my heart was just like so full of like, and so happy with seeing all the mermaid themed items. And then Carra did an amazing job with decorations. I mean, I was floored. You'll see it when I go through the bag. She did like these message in a bottle with sand and sea glass and shells and these adorable little labels on there that had our logo. And then she spray painted decor to decorate around the room. She even got a backdrop for folks to take pictures. She just did an amazing job. It was just all the little touches around the room just really made it. And she did a really good job decorating the door prize table. She had these holographic tablecloths with like this netting, and she did just a great job. Just a wonderful, wonderful job decorating. So she's really good at that. She does a lot of DIY stuff. So, and y'all, if y'all are new to my channel, I will definitely have these folks listed. They all have channels. The four of us, we had so much fun. They deserve so much credit for this event. Please go check out their channels. I'll have them linked down below if you're not already following them. But yeah, these ladies, we got even closer, obviously, from, planning this over the last year and then, doing it this weekend, and just, it was great. Okay, so where did I leave off? So we got there, we started setting up. Katie got there about 5, a Wednesday afternoon. So once she got there, we hung out for a little bit, and then we went to Sam's Club and got some stuff we needed, waters and, some things. And then after that, we stopped by, grabbed some food, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's. We just kind of grabbed it and came back, ate, and kept going. We were going till about midnight. We did so much that because we had until 4 o'clock the next day. And we thought, wow, we're really doing great. Y'all, I'm glad we did. Lesson learned, do what you can beforehand because you never know what's going to happen. And something did happen, a minor thing, but it could have been bad. So here we are. We go to bed at midnight-ish. We were all 4 in the same room, and we were just chatting and having a great time, catching up. So the next morning, I got up before everybody else because I needed to go pick up my mother-in-law. So my mother-in-law lives, she's 45 minutes from the retreat center, the opposite direction of my house. So about 45 minutes from Temple. And the plan was to pick her up in the morning and bring her back. So I stop at Buc-ee's, which Buc-ee's is just like a mile up from where the retreat center is. And I needed to charge my car because it had been pretty low from driving the 2.5 hours the day before. So I charged my car. I gave her my ETA. I said to be there about 45 minutes. She's like, great. So she was all ready to go and excited and pumped up. So I'm about 5 minutes from her house, and I look at my screen and I see I've got an air pressure alert. Now I'm kind of paranoid about that since I had a flat tire and it could have been a bad blowout a few months ago. So I was like, and I think it was the same tire. And I was like, no. So I was like, okay, I need to find a discount tire and just get some air in my tires. So the tires are supposed to be at 45 PSIs. This one that was low was at 34. So I'm like, that's not just a little low, that's a lot. I need to take care of this. Plus we had 45-minute drive back, and then I had, 2.5 hours, a couple of days after. So I was like, I got to get this looked at. So swung into Discount Tire, waited in line to get my air in my tires. The guy's putting air in the tires, and he knocks on my window and told me to roll the window down. I was like, uh-oh. He goes, you have a screw or a nail in your tire. I was like, what? Oh, no, not today. No, not today. Please, not today. Not now, I was like, no. So he's like, go ahead, pull in. We'll get you checked in. Hopefully it won't take very long. Y'all, they were busy. They were very, very busy. And I thought, oh my gosh. But again, good news is we had done so much with all the other preparation. The only thing that was really still that needed to be done was to do a Walmart run. Because of course, Sam's, we didn't need 700, coffee filters, right? We just needed a smaller amount. So we didn't want to get everything from Sam's from a wholesale club. We just needed, we need to go to the regular store. So, and I knew between the 4 of us, the 3 of them could handle that and it would be okay. And everybody was like, I gave them an update. I'm like, they said it's going to be about an hour. I still got to pick up my mother-in-law. We still got 45-minute drive back, and I was starting to panic a little bit. And I thought, okay, I could probably be back by like noon. And all I needed to do, again, just Walmart and then like getting showered and getting dressed. And I thought, we can do this. I'm just so thankful that we got most of the stuff done the night before. So I'm sitting outside and I see them pull my tire off, and they have it off for a while. And I'm like, because the guy said they should be able to fix it depending on where it's at in the tire. But what happened before was when I had my last flat tire, it was a screw or a nail, and it was so bad that I had to get a whole new tire, and they didn't have the tire, and they had to order it from a different discount tire, and it was like a whole day thing. So that's what I was kind of nervous and worried that it was going to be that. Well, I see about 20 minutes later, my tire's getting rolled back and put on my car. I'm like, oh, well, that's a good sign. And the guy came up to me and he's like, okay, you're all good. It only took about 30-40 minutes. I was like, oh, thank God. And it was free. I was like, are you kidding me? I didn't even pay for everything. They patched me up. I was on my way. So went and got my mother-in-law, and things were back on track, but I was very, very, very nervous. I was like panicking. I did a little vlog for my Patreons when I was at Discount Tire, and they could tell I was like, oh my God, not today. I even told the guy, I'm like, I live in Dallas. I don't live here, and I actually have something and a big event today that I need to be at. So I don't know if you could see the stress on my face, but I was like, oh my gosh. But the committee was like, you are good. Don't worry about it. So was my mother-in-law. They're like, take care of your tire. Take care of you. Don't worry about it. We're good. So pick her up. She's super excited. I haven't seen my mother-in-law in 5 months. I didn't realize it had been that long. And she reminded me, I'm like, oh, so it was so good to see her. I love her so much. And everybody loved her at the retreat. Everybody was like, I'm going to steal your mother-in-law. She's now my mother-in-law. She has a whole new set of daughter-in-laws. I'm sharing her with folks. I've decided to, do that. But they just loved on her, and she had the best time. So, so got her. We headed back, and we just started. The girls went to Walmart while we stayed put, and I was able to shower and get dressed. They came back, and then we all kind of were putting things away and took a few videos, like I said, of like before everybody got there of the place, and took a few pictures, and then we were ready. I was extremely nervous. I mentioned it in my Patreon vlog to everybody last night, just kind of wrapping up the week. I really did think, you guys, I don't know, and maybe I am, maybe it's like a mixture. I thought I was an extrovert with maybe introvert tendencies, or I know there's like, you can be both, but I really did think I was outgoing and great in social settings. I really have never had a problem with that. I was so nervous, and I should have known, because I think about it. I'm like, okay, I have a YouTube channel, but you guys, I can't see you, right? I'm talking to my phone. I'm just talking to nobody. Like, nobody's here. No one's looking at me. I go live. No one's looking at me. I know y'all are there, just like I know you're here, but I can't see you. And and then doing my Patreon vlogs or doing the Zooms. I do get a little nervous with those, but with the Zooms, but I really thought, if I'm doing all these things, surely I'm outgoing. I'm not that shy. I was so scared about standing up, because the plan was, because Carra was so sweet, she put together notes for me to stand up and have like talking points, because I was extremely nervous about 30 people staring at me and me having to like kick the thing off and welcome everybody. I didn't do a very good job, just so you know. Did not do a great job. I was a mess. I couldn't stop crying. I was totally in my feels the entire time. I was a blubbering mess. I cried when people got there, and they were coming in like groups of like 4 and 5 typically, or like a group of like 2 or 3. And so it was like hugging everybody and all these emotions all at once. And I would cry, and oh my gosh, everybody was like, you're gonna make me cry. I think I cried more than anybody else there the whole time. I think I won the crying award. So emotional. So I cried when everybody got there. I cried when it was time to stand up and say welcome to everybody, and looking at everybody, like looking at all these faces of people that I've known and become really good friends with over the years, and seeing them in person. I just was like, it was, my heart was like, I couldn't take it. It just couldn't take it. But thank God for my committee members, for, Alyssa and Katie and Carra. They always stepped up and just kind of, took over and helped me get through the rest of it. So, so that happened. Then, we had dinner. Everybody got to pick their crafting spot, and then we had dinner. I'm gonna look at my agenda so I don't forget you guys. We checked in at 4. Everybody received their welcome packets. The crafting room opened at 4. And 6 p.m. we had dinner. We had Domino's. We had some gluten-free folks, so we made sure that we always took care of those folks, okay? And then we did 8 p.m. we did like a welcome. That was the official welcome. That's when I started crying. And that's when we passed out the swag bags, and everybody could kind of, look into their bags. It was really great. It was, it was great. I'm going to try not to say that a million times, but yeah. If you have an opportunity to go to a retreat, do it. Join, there's a Facebook group. I am a moderator in there. So me or my sis, we've got Sophie's in there. We've got some other moderators. So we'll just answer the questions. But that's like one good way of finding out about retreats if you are interested in them, okay? I wanted to make sure that I said that, talking about retreat stuff. Now, I'm not gonna lie. It can be overwhelming. It can be. And I don't want to scare anybody by saying that. And you probably already would know that and figure that out, but it can be. There have been times during retreats, you kind of go through different emotions. And sometimes I do have that feeling of like, wow, I don't know if I'll do this again or want to go to another one because this is a lot. It's a lot of socializing. And again, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just being realistic. So, and again, try one. And if you don't like it, don't go to another one, but you may love them. I don't know. It's a lot for me. Sometimes I feel like my social battery just has to be recharged for days. Like I said, I'm still not feeling, and today's Wednesday, and I'm still not feeling like I'm myself yet. So it can take a lot out of you. It can, but it's worth it though. It's a good kind of recharging that's needed, the friendships that you make, the memories you've made. It's just so good. So that was the first day. Friday, we did breakfast. We did like bagels. It kind of just like continental, like everybody kind of just did their own thing. We had muffins, toast, pastries, and coffee, of course. And then at 10 a.m. on Friday, Cheryl with DP with Sparklers, she was one of the attendees. She did a bling class for us, which was really, really interesting. I loved it. She kind of just showed us the process of what her and T-Maw do when they're picking out, creating these enhancement packs for us. It was really cool to see how they kind of, the thought process that goes into it and the things to think about. So I really, really enjoyed that. We had a ton of people that were, there and had listening to this how to enhance class. So that was really cool. Then at 12:30 we had lunch. We did a baked potato bar. And then during all this time we did secret Xyron exchanges. Not everybody had to do it. It was it was optional, but it's almost like a secret Santa. And there were 6 gifts total. So after every meal, you would drop off a little gift to your person without them seeing who you were until the very last one. So it was fun to see people like sneaking around and popping stuff on people's desks and seeing people's reactions when they saw that they came back and had a gift. So fun. I even got to help like deliver a couple of them because I wasn't participating. So yeah, really, really fun. I decided not to because I just thought, you know what, I'm going to be maybe busy doing other things, and I didn't want anyone to feel like, I didn't do a good enough job, like, gifting stuff for them. And because if I don't know, I didn't know what was going to be going on during that time. So I just opted out. And so they did their first gift after breakfast. They did their second gifts after lunch. And then at 3 p.m., we went to Buc-ee's. We did a Buc-ee's road trip. So fun. Oh my gosh. Seeing so many people had never been there before, and you should see the stuff they bought. I was cracking up. Sophie, the Diamond Help Desk, bought a onesie. People had carts and carts and carts and baskets full of goodies. T-shirts, blankets, stuff for their kids, plushies, the beaver nuggets. It was hilarious. Seasoning. Buc-ee's just has it all, you guys. So we got a really good picture. Buc-ee was there. The mascot was there walking around in his costume. So some of us got a picture. And then we did a group photo, all of us. We got a big group photo outside of Buc-ee's. They have a statue. So we all piled like in a bunch of different cars. And then at 6, we had dinner from Rosa's. We did a taco bar, and they did another gift exchange. That night, I may have come out. Wait, was it Friday night or Saturday night? I think it was Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. I may have worn my Buc-ee's bathing suit and walked around the craft room. I might have. I mean, that could have happened. There's, you know, no video, of course, because I made sure I was in the craft space so no one could video it, but that happened. There were several shenanigans that happened. Like I said, people's stomachs were hurting just from the laughing. It was just a really good group of people. Carra really said it best when we were wrapping it up the last night. She just said, you know, and she kept saying it throughout the whole thing, this is like a good group of people. There was no drama. It was just like, it was just easy, you guys. It was easy. People, it was just a really good group. And, you know, you can plan all you want, but you really can't plan that part. You don't know what's going to happen when people get there. You don't know personalities, if they're going to gel. You just don't know. You don't know the vibe. You can't really control that. So that was the one thing I was kind of worried about, but I knew most of the people that were coming, and I knew that, you know, I didn't know everybody, but it's kind of like, you know, like-minded people tend to kind of, you know, someone said it, which I really did appreciate. And all the nice things people said during the retreat just meant the world to me. And I would cry, of course. You know, there was crying at the beginning. There was crying when people come up to me during the retreat thanking me. There was crying during the secret Xyron reveal on the very last day when they revealed who their person was and they were hugging and thanking that person for all their gifts. I cried. I just was a blubbering mess that whole time. But it was a good cry. It was like all the happy tears, you know. But someone had said to me, you know, people, you know, that follow me are going to be good people, which I appreciated to hear someone saying that. And so those folks are going to be good people too. So it was nice to see that. And what I loved probably the most seeing the relationships between other people, retreat goers, right? People were forming friendships that didn't know each other before, or didn't know each other at all, or maybe they knew each other's by name, or they've seen them in lives and stuff, but they didn't know each other that well. So it was just a beautiful, beautiful thing seeing people's, you know, friendships form, and the laughter, and, you know, this was so good. It was just so good, y'all. Okay. Then Saturday morning, same thing. We did breakfast, you know, kind of just bagels, you know, coffee. And then we did a group picture. We did a group picture with our retreat t-shirts, which when I go through the swag bags with you guys, you'll see the group t-shirts. We were all lined up on the stairs. Randy kept closing her eyes, and it was hilarious. We kept having to retake the picture, I don't know how many times, because she had her eyes closed. So yeah, Alyssa had her tripod and she set all that up. And so yeah, we got a picture with the group. And then at 12:30 we had lunch. We had Jason's Deli. We did like sandwiches and stuff, like a deli platter. And at 3 p.m. every day, Alyssa always had like a wonderful like veggie platter, cheese platter, fruit platter from Jason's. And then from 1 to 5 on Saturday, we did a sponsor showcase where we had some vendors come in and be able to sell their items. We had Leopard Leatherworks, Tim and Carrie. They had a table. Then we had Cheryl with DP with Sparklers. And then we had Jade. And I did buy a painting from Jade, which is so Jade. And then we also had Lexi. And she was selling her resin trays and some cover minders. So a great group. We had it was perfect space. Everybody kind of had their tables. And yeah, so that was from 1 to 5. Thank you to those folks for coming. I think it was really fun for a lot of people to see those people in person and kind of touch and feel their products, you know. And yeah, and a lot of people had never purchased anything from those shops before. So, and then 6 o'clock that night we had Olive Garden, so we had dinner. Then of course we always had dessert. We had Tiff's treats. We had cheesecake. We had all kinds of y'all. The food was amazing. Alyssa totally knocked it out of the park with food. She did all the food choices and the ordering, and it was just so good. And then Sunday, it was over. We had to say our goodbyes. Now that morning, we cooked for everybody. I did not. I tried to help, but Alyssa did most of it, and so did Carra and Katie. But we did scrambled eggs, bacon, and the cinnamon roll casserole. And that was from 7 to 8:30 because we had to be out by 10 a.m. So yes. Let's just cover it now before we end. I know a lot of folks have asked, are you going to do it again? And of course, that came up during the retreat. The honest answer is, I don't know. I don't know yet, right? I don't know. And I hate to leave it like that, but until we all come together, we're just giving a little time to kind of rest and, regroup. But yeah, the committee will have a meeting, and we told everybody this at the retreat. The folks that were there, obviously will get grandfathered in, meaning that they will get their opportunity first to say yes or no if they want to do it again. If we do, right, they get kind of first dibs, if you will. And then whatever's left, then we open that up, okay? So that's how it'll work. If we do it again, I don't know if it's gonna be, I don't know. I don't know any details yet. I don't even know if we're gonna do it again. What we did, what we are gonna put out there is like a exit form, like a feedback form, right? To find out what people thought. How did we do? This was our first one. So, you know, it'd be great to, you know, hear people's feedback. Yeah, but what a whirlwind. I hope I know I'm forgetting things. It was just so much. Yeah, but I feel, my heart feels full. And I don't want to talk about it too much because I'll start crying, and I told myself I'm not going to cry on this video. I did cry, I've cried enough. And it's good. It's good stuff, you guys. It's so good. And bottom line is, I feel like I gave back to the community. And that was my intent behind doing this. That was my intent. I wanted to give back. I wanted to create a retreat for people to come to have a good time at. And I think that was accomplished. So I feel like I did a good thing. And that's always an awesome feeling. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just telling you, you know, I feel like I gave back, and it feels pretty darn good. So yeah, I'm in that glowing kind of phase right now. It's like, you know, when you're pregnant, you're like, because this is what was happening. As we were planning the retreat, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do this again. I think this might be one and done. I mean, I would say that very openly to everybody. You know, I don't know if I'm going to do another one. This might be it. But then it's like having a baby, right? You have the baby and you see how wonderful it is, and you forget about all the work, and you have another one. So I don't know, you know, right now I'm in that, that like glowing, and I'm just looking, and I'm thinking about all the memories and thinking about all the things that happened and all the laughs and all the good stuff. And it definitely makes you want to do it again. But the committee and I need to meet. So yeah, but again, if you have a chance to go to one, get to one. Definitely get to one, you guys. They are a lot of fun. For sure. Yep. All right. I don't know how long. I think we're over. Yes, we're a little over. I said we might go over, but I just wanted to kind of just catch up with you guys, say hello. I've missed you. I'm looking forward to being back on maybe a regular schedule of me, you know, videos and live streams. Speaking of live streams, I do have a guest this Sunday. So I'll link her channel down below. So definitely go check her out beforehand so you'll know what you're getting yourself into. But I'm very excited. It's actually two guests. It's husband and wife. It is Ditzy's Diamond Den and her husband, who also goes by Dear Helper. I actually don't know his real name, so I'll just be calling him Dear. Can I just call him Dear? Anyways, they're going to be on my live. They're hilarious already. I don't know what we're going to get ourselves into because I asked them for pictures for the thumbnail. And normally people just send me like, you know, a basic headshot, you know, picture of themselves. Oh no, not these two. They gave me a choice, and it was all these like glamour shot poses. and one of them was like imitating one of the faces I make in one of my thumbnails. I died when I saw them. It was so good. So they seem like they're very fun. So I'm looking forward to it. And they also they've got some other questions for me that they want to talk about. So we're planning something, it sounds like. So definitely try to make it this Sunday at 4. I will be live 4 Central Standard Time. So yes, y'all come and join us. It's going to be a good time. I have a feeling it's going to be fun. So, all right. I love you guys so much. I know I already said goodbye in the last clip, if I kept it in there. I haven't put everything together yet, but yes, thank you for being here. I love you guys. Please let me know how you are down below. I know I asked before for a beaver, still stands. Give me a little beaver. And yeah, so love you guys so much. If you have not subscribed yet, it's free. I'd love to have you. So just click on that subscribe button down below and join us, and then click on the notification bell. That way you'll get notified whenever I post up any new videos. And if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Those really do help too. And leave me a comment. All right. Okay. Love you guys so much. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Okay. Bye guys.